Welcome back. I'm glad you're still with us here on Morning at NTV. Time for a business update, and we're looking at Ugandan getting European Union nomination for an innovation that extends the lifespan of fruits. Fruit lovers, I can see you raising eyebrows and shifting in your seats. With Uganda facing a growing hunger crisis and farmers losing nearly half of their produce post-harvest, Karpolax's innovation has come up with an edible sachet that extends the life of fruits and vegetables, helping reduce food waste and boost farmers' incomes. It's a powerful homegrown solution to one of Uganda's most urgent problems. And guess who is doing this magic? There is this lovely guy called Samuel Muyita, the co-founder at Karpolax. He's joining us this morning to talk about this particular innovation. Good morning.
Good morning.
And welcome to Morning at NTV.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love fruits. I love vegetables. And here I am thinking it's gonna be party time.
Sure.
You can eat until, well, some Ugandans say you feel bad, but I won't feel bad. You're welcome to Morning at NTV. Tell us about Karpolax first.
Okay.
And then we can get into the nitty-gritty of how this particular innovation works.
Okay, thank you so much for that question. So Karpolax is simply a sachet that is developed using green nanotechnology. So what we do is we extract compounds from natural plants that are essentially having attributes to enable reduction of microbial growth around plants, and that literally becomes the edge from which we speak from to extend the shelf life of different produce. So it's a simple solution. Just place it in a box of fruits, either in storage or transportation, and it's going to enable the extension of the shelf life significantly.
Interesting there. No need for refrigeration?
No need
or
for
keeping in cooler environments?
No need.
How long can this go? Because that's important, especially for exporters and even those who want to eat their fruit another day.
Surely. So actually it depends on the type of fruit and the kind of variety of that specific fruit that we're talking about. But we've seen a 2 to 3 times extension of the shelf life. So if I would give an example of an avocado that could last for around 5 days and it's already ripe, it could help it go for about 10 to 12 days, for which at least someone can be able to export it, take it where they're taking it, without it literally going bad or rotting away.
Interesting here.
Yeah, sure.
How much is a sachet?
A sachet costs around $0.67 US.
Talk to us about
averagely
English.
about 2,500 shillings.
Huh?
2,500.
2,500 shillings.
Yeah.
And that sachet can go
For 5 kilograms of fruits.
5 kilograms of fruits.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. You've already won the Young Inventors Prize, and you've been nominated for European Union recognition. Tell us about how you feel about this, and I know professionally this is stuff that should be working there. How do you feel?
I think I would begin by saying that wisdom is always the mother of all witty invention, and personally I feel excited that there is a rewarding of African or a Ugandan kind of idea that literally became a global reckoning kind of thing. So to me, it basically rewards ingenuity. It makes me feel that there is a reward for being creative, a reward for being thoughtful about many things.
Okay.
Yeah. And then professionally, I would feel still almost the same way that corporately, as the startup world in Uganda, we are finding exposure. It's not just about Karpolax.
Yeah.
Now the eyes on Uganda.
Eyes on Uganda.
Yes.
Oh, that's a good one. The fact that you have conditioned the eyes of the European Union to be on Uganda, I think it's a pretty good development, no doubt. And this interview coming on Heroes Day, I think you're a hero. No doubt. So let me just go into the workings of innovation and how you go about your day. I'm sure there is a lot of other people you're working with and in coming up with these innovations. Tell me about the typical innovator's day, wherever you are with your peers.
So actually, it's a day that begins from the thoughtful thinking of what literally you'd want to achieve.
What are our problems?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because when I'm talking about a problem that literally is being faced here in Uganda alone, we've had the previous speaker speaking about over 45% of all produce goes bad.
That's right.
And statistically, that contributes to around 2 million tons of fresh produce that is going to waste, which is over 2.8 trillion Ugandan shillings that is literally siphoned out of the pockets of farmers every single year. So that specific problem, I think, to us, it ignites the kind of momentum. It ignites the kind of zeal that you go out for the day with, knowing that we are dealing with something that is literally very, very crucial and critical in our ecosystem. Yeah.
No doubt the hunger crisis is real, and sometimes it's shocking that a country like Uganda, given the abundance of food that we have, there are communities and regions where hunger is a real concern. Have you been able to, I know you've been able, that's the wrong question to ask, but how is uptake, especially within the communities where food crops and produce is coming through? Have you interfaced with these farmers? How is the uptake? Are they concerned about the price? Personally, I would think 2,500 Uganda shillings is a little bit too low for something like this. But I'm Chris again. I don't want to put it at 20,000. What's the uptake like?
So actually, it's very kind, very receptively received because it's solving an ardent problem.
That's right.
Because as much as food production is important, even reduction of food loss is equally important.
That is so.
So when you get to the place of the farmer, they are looking at every harvest as an opportunity to make money. So if they are seeing that something is going to go bad, almost half of what they have literally harvested or basically not being able to transport, to them it is a very critical problem that needs to be solved. So we've seen a very greatly receptive audience from farmers in different spaces that literally take on this product as one of the things that literally is solving their problem, because across Uganda and across Africa, our product is one of its kind that is literally, first of all, organically derived. That to us literally gives us a greater audience to many ears.
No doubt about it. Now, this is very inspirational stuff, and I'm sure many young people out there are watching and saying, wow. They also want to be part of these innovations. They want to be in spaces where such thinking thrives. I want you to speak to them. Maybe they can know where you curate some of the things. Are you involved in spaces where they can also be able to they can be afforded time and resources? I just want you to talk to them.
I would say beginning from the place of you being a dreamer, because to have the audience of the minds and hearts that matter, you must be a dreamer, and you must be someone that is willing and open-hearted to change your world. And I think that begins the story of every innovator that is watching right now. Everyone across Uganda and across wherever you're watching from, there is audience already waiting for anyone that is able to have the thought within their hearts and minds that I can change the world. I can begin from where I am and have something that can touch, appeal to the hearts of many across the entire globe. And I think, to me, that makes sense. But also being exposed to many platforms like LinkedIn, many platforms that literally bring together the startup ecosystem, opens you up to many opportunities that will link you up to the person that you need, the people that really matter, and the opportunities that will really push your business, push your startup to the next level.
We have a particular minister who is a fan of Morning at NTV. He likes to watch, and his good offices, I'm sure, will do a lot for an innovator. What's the call on government?
I think the call on government is primarily to bring about an ecosystem and an environment that supports or boosts ideas and minds to really be innovative. Because if the startup ecosystem is literally boosted by having a good policy, a good kind of environment, it stimulates creative minds to continue being creative. And I think that's one of the things that the government can literally play a part, but also to hold the hands of these young people because they need your support. They are like little chicks that need a brooding ground to give them some warmth, and tomorrow they're going to become the hens that will lay the eggs for the nation. Yeah.
Many thanks, Samuel Muyita, co-founder, Karpolax. Who is the other?
Sandra Nambozo.
Yeah. You should be able to pay tribute to her.
Sure.
You guys being co-founders, no doubt. It's a good thing. Many thanks for making time and sharing on exactly how you are making very critical inroads in innovations. And today being Heroes Day, I would like to say thank you for being a hero.
Thank you so much.
I hope the stars align themselves and everything goes as it ought to go.